She received an eye-blinding slap on her right cheek, and before she knew what was happening, another one landed on her left cheek. She shouted and screamed, "Forgive me, oh, forgive me." In the big city of Lagos, there lived a young couple, Mr. Femi Banks and his beautiful wife, Lola Banks. Femi and Lola has been married for 3 years without a child to call their own. They prayed, fasted, cried, and tried everything humanly and medically possible to conceive, but to no avail. Lola would wake up in the middle of the night to cry and pray, asking God for a miracle. The mockery was too much for her to bear. God, please, even if it's one child, God, just one, please. Lola would always cry. Lola had a close friend. Her name was Yetunde. They were more like sisters. Yetunde was also childless. They met during one of their prayer meetings while asking God for a child. Unlike Lola, Yetunde has been married for 5 years. Lola and Yetunde would always sit and talk about how unfair life was. They would pray together, lament together, and hope together. In fact, they were soul sisters. Back at Lola's house, one day, she was in the kitchen when all of a sudden she started feeling dizzy and she called out her husband. Femi rushed her to the hospital and some tests were done. The doctor confirmed Lola was 4 weeks pregnant. Femi could not believe his ears. It was as if he was dreaming. Likewise, Lola, who out of excitement started crying. "We are pregnant, honey. We are going to be parents soon. God, you do this. Our own baby, from our own flesh and blood. God." They couldn't contain their joy, and Lola called Yetunde immediately and told her the good news. "I am pregnant, Yetunde. You are going to be a godmother soon," Lola said with so much excitement. Yetunde was so happy for her friend. She was jumping like someone who just won a lottery. It was as if she was the pregnant one. "I am so happy for you, my friend. I can't wait to carry our bundle of joy," Yetunde said. "And what God has done for you, I pray he do it for me too." They both said a very big and loud amen. Throughout Lola's pregnant journey, Femi and Yetunde were so supportive and always by her side. In no time, Lola gave birth to a beautiful and adorable girl. They named her Ayomide, which means "my joy has come." Ayomide was loved by her parents and Yetunde her godmother. She literally gets anything she asks for. Ayomide spent her time at home and at Yetunde's house, which was her second home. Ayomide was 5 years old when Femi and Lola, her parents, got an emergency call to travel to the village for an urgent matter. So they took her to Yetunde's house to stay until weekend when they would return. Yetunde and Ayomide had so much fun. They went to the amusement park together, they went to the cinema, and even to the zoo. They always got home tired and exhausted. Ayomide never sleeps without taking a glass of milk, as she was a lover of milk, and Yetunde made sure she gets just that every night. Yetunde would look at sleeping Ayomide sadly, wishing she could have her own child, a child of her own that she could take care of the way she takes care of Lola's shelter. She would cry herself to sleep every night. It was on a Saturday morning that Lola called that they were already on their way back to the city. On arrival, Lola and Femi got to Yetunde's house to take Ayomide with them. Yetunde, my sister, thank you so much for looking after her for us. You are such a lifesaver, Lola said. Don't be silly, Lola. Ayomide is also my daughter, and staying with her gives me so much joy and fulfillment. So I don't mind at all. I can actually spend the whole month with her. And by the way, how was your trip? I hope it wasn't something too serious, Yetunde asked. Oh no, it was just a family meeting with the elders, Femi responded. Thank you once again, Yetunde. Yetunde watched them leave with clear sadness on her eyes. 2 days later, Ayomide was in the room watching her favorite cartoons when she felt a very sharp pain on her tummy. She cried out loudly for help. Lola rushed her to the hospital, and on the way, Ayomide gave up. Lola's world crumbled. Femi cried like a baby. Their only child, their only consolation, a child that made them parents, was gone. They cried and mourned her death every day for weeks, especially Lola. After 3 weeks, Yetunde was confirmed 4 weeks pregnant, but instead of her to be happy, she was so sad. That same night, at Yetunde's apartment, while she was sleeping, she overheard cries of a child. She woke up immediately, scared, and woke her husband up too. Honey, wake up. Did you hear that cry? She asked. What cry are you talking about? Baby, please just go back to sleep and stop hallucinating. I think it's the pregnancy hormone, the husband said. She couldn't sleep again that night. The next day, while she was watching television, she received an eyes-blinding slap on her left cheek and also on her right cheek. Yetunde cried out in pain. Who are you and what have I done to you? She received another slap. Okay, Ayomide, I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry. And all of a sudden, everywhere became calm again. In the afternoon, she went into her bathroom to wash her hands, and she saw everywhere flooded with water. And immediately, she started hearing cries. She ran out of the room in fear, about to open the door, but the door was mysteriously locked. Ayomide, my baby, please forgive me, she cried.
Auntie, why? Why? I was your daughter too. Go and tell my parents what you did. Go!
Yetunde ran out of the house to Lola's house. She met Lola crying with Ayomide's picture. Yetunde tried to maintain her composure and steeze. Lola, you are still crying. It's okay, my friend. And immediately, Yetunde received a trembling kick on her tummy, and immediately there was blood. My baby! Yay, my baby! Ayomide, please, spare my baby, please. What are you talking about, Yetunde? Which Ayomide are you talking about, and where is she? Look, you are bleeding. Let's get you to the hospital, Lola said all at once. I killed Ayomide. I killed her. It was jealousy. It was the handwork of the devil. My marriage was older than yours, but you had a baby before me. We prayed together, Lola. Have you forgotten? We cried together. God should have listened to both of us together, but he chose to listen to only you and gave you Ayomide. I didn't know I was already pregnant when I poisoned her. I am so sorry. Lola fell down out of shock. You killed my baby, Yetunde. She was your baby too. She called you mommy. You made me childless again. Oh God, you will rot in hell, Yetunde. Mr. Femi came in from work that moment and was shocked on what was going on. He couldn't believe what he just heard, that their own Yetunde killed their daughter. He called the police, who first of all took her to the hospital because she already miscarried the pregnancy. She was arrested and sentenced for murder. Lola and Femi cried to their satisfaction and wished their baby eternal rest after avenging her death. A year later, Lola got pregnant again, and this time it was a set of twins, a girl and a boy, and they named them Ayotunde, which means my joy has returned, and Bayode, which means a child that came with joy. Hey guys, thank you for sticking around to the end of this story. I hope you learned something. I, for one, I learned that you should be genuinely happy for someone. My time might be now, yours might come later. If yours is now, my time will still come. So when someone is happy, please genuinely and sincerely be happy for them while hoping for your own miracle to happen. See the case of Yetunde. She was jealous of her friend to the extent of killing her friend's daughter. Now, her blessing was already there while she did that act. She lost that same blessing and equally lost her freedom. So, don't ever in any way allow jealousy to becloud your sense of reasoning. Thank you for staying around with us, and until we come your way in next time, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and comment your thoughts, guys. Tell me what you learned and where you are watching from. I really appreciate that. Bye.